There's no place I'd rather be.
No, welcome back to Matchday Live. It's me, Dan, back again. And this Sunday, Manchester United have to face Leicester City at Old Trafford. So the team I've gone for is kind of the same team that we faced against Everton last weekend, but instead of Fellaini, I went with Mata. So let's go straight into this then, shall we? So let's play match. Yeah, so I've kind of got, well, I haven't got the same team. I've got Antonio Valencia, and I've got Darmian as our fullbacks instead of Rojo and Fosu Mensah. Just because, well, I'll tell you why that in a second. But yeah, so Man United face Leicester this weekend, and yeah, we'll talk about that in the second half. I need to talk about last week's game against Crystal Palace. That's what I need to talk about first. Yeah, so obviously we faced Crystal Palace at Old Trafford. It was pretty of a boring match, really. Crystal Palace didn't really turn up. They did have a couple of chances at the end, but it wasn't that, like, they didn't even show up. Do you know what I mean? It was just like one of them games where we could have easily won 4 or 5-0. But unfortunately, we only won 2-0 due to a own goal, which was pretty poor from an own goal. Pretty poor own goal, I should say. And we also, Darmian got a Scholes-esque volley from the edge of the box, and left-footed off the post and in. And what a goal it was! Basically put basically put the game to bed, and then it was on to Saturday. So obviously Saturday we faced Everton in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, and well, let's just say about that was a much better game than the Crystal Palace game. Well, first half, Everton, I mean, they had so many chances to score. I've no idea how they did not score. Obviously, Rooney cleared one off the line from Lukaku, and then Lukaku had a good chance as well, but De Gea was there. It was a good save from De Gea. But apart from that, we had many chances as well. I think we had the better chances instead of they didn't have they had. I think we had the better chances in that first half, and obviously we did score. Obviously we did score with Fellaini. It was good. I think it was like from the left, from Marshall, who did get man of the match that day. Yeah, Marshall was just really good in that game. Obviously, just because he set up the Fellaini goal. I have to admit, Fellaini played pretty well on Saturday. Alright, he did come off in the end, but that was because of tiredness, and that's why this Sunday I haven't chosen him. I haven't chosen him for the midfield. I've put Mata in there for a bit more creativity, where we did lack that in the last Premier League game against Crystal Palace. So it'd be quite interesting to see. Oh, should have scored. It'd be quite interesting to see what team Louis van Gaal does put out. I think Mata does deserve a start. Or Mata or Herrera, he does deserve a start. But back to the Everton game. Obviously, went in half-time 1-0. And then second half, they come out all blazing. Everton did. And we were struggling. We were literally struggling. Alright, it was, I have to admit it, at one point it was end-to-end, where we could have so many chances. We had chances to score ourselves, as well as they did. But they finally scored due to an error by Chris Smalling. It was a poor. It wasn't. I'm not being harsh, but he just chose the wrong foot to clear it with, and he beat David De Gea. I mean, you had to beat him quite It had to be like a good own goal to beat David De Gea. And yeah, so there we go, 1-0. Anthony Martial. Yeah, it's quite a good own goal, I have to admit it. But yeah, it went 1-1, and then after then I thought, oh god, here we go. This is where we're going to collapse again. Because this season, when we go 1-0, we just sit back and like we just defend for it. Do you know what I mean? It's when, say, the City game, where we won 1-0. Alright, it did work against City, but against other teams, it might not work. Oh, what a goal. 45th minute goal. Is that Vardy? That was a poor clearance from me. No, I think it's Mahrez. No, it's Azura, actually. 1-1. But yeah, it was after that own goal. I have to admit it, we were struggling, and we just couldn't get into that game. And then finally, obviously, we got into the game. 92nd minute, Anthony Martial. What a player! I mean, it takes a player to do that, and that's what we've been missing all season. If he'd done that all season, I think we would have been up there in the top 2 or top 3. But he hasn't done that all season. Unfortunately, that's why we're like fighting for 4th, I think. But it's a bit of excellence from him. Good interplay with Herrera, and then Herrera luckily just got the pass through to Anthony Martial, and there's a good finish. 90-second winner. Because if it went to extra time, I think Man United would have. I think we would have lost. That's how I feel. I think we would have lost. Just because Everton that second half, they did deserve their goal. I have to admit that, but I could see them going on to win it. So. Oh, Lingard, what a run, what a goal. 2-1. Yeah, so that was the Everton game. We won 2-1. We're through to the through to the FA Cup final, and we do have to face Crystal Palace of all people as well. So that'll be a good FA Cup. I think we've got the FA Cup in the book now. I can't see us losing to Crystal Palace. If it was against Watford, maybe, but Crystal Palace this season, they've been on and off, so I think if we did lose the FA Cup, I would be surprised. But anyway, obviously at the weekend, Premier League results went our way as well. Well, except from the Man City game, obviously they won, but Arsenal drew 0-0, which puts our top four places into chance. As this weekend we do have to face Crystal Palace, and as we've got to face Crystal Palace, as we've got to face Leicester City. Sorry, obviously Leicester City, if they win the Premier League. As a fan of football, I want them to win the Premier League. I want them to win. I want them to beat Man United. But as a Man United fan, I can't say that because I don't want them to win it at Old Trafford. And plus, if we win our remaining games, we do go into that 4th position ahead of Arsenal if results go our way. If we win the rest of our games, but I don't know if that'll happen or not. So it's gonna be. Oh God. It's going to be quite a tough game, obviously, Sunday, because Leicester City will be up for it. Obviously, we drew with them at the King Power Stadium last time through to a Schweinsteiger goal, I believe. But I do believe we can win. Obviously, they don't have Vardy, but they turn up at Swansea City last weekend and beat them 4-0. So it'd be quite an interesting game, this one. Obviously, if Man United, if results go our way, we could draw the game, but we've got to wait for the results to go our way. But like I said, that would be quite tough because Arsenal only have, I believe they have Aston Villa, Man City, then Norwich. So obviously Aston Villa already relegated, and I don't see them losing that game. Man City, I believe, have... Wait, who do Man City have? I can't remember actually. I know it'll be... I think they're at home. I do believe they're at home. So it'd be quite interesting to see if they can win. Obviously, they drew against Newcastle last week as well, which helped us. So it could happen. I don't think it will. I don't think we will get top 4 just because it's a hard task for Manchester United, but we can do it. Obviously, we've got Leicester City this weekend, Norwich the weekend after. Then we got our game in hand against West Ham. Then we got Bournemouth. So, and most of them games are at home. So it'd be quite interesting to see if we can get top 4. I think we can. If we beat Leicester, if we can hold Leicester to a 1-0 victory against Leicester at home, I think we could get top 4. Because this is the only game I think we'll find hard. Obviously, we got West Ham a couple of weeks, well, 2 games that are, well, our last 4 games is going to be hard for us. So, Leicester City, Man United. I know Leicester City. I know I want Leicester City to win, but I'm actually going to go for a 2-1 Manchester United win. A draw isn't good for us, and a draw isn't good for them. So it'll be quite an open game, I think. So anyway, guys, so I'm going to end here. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to leave your score predictions below. So right, I'm going. Bye.